I'ma pull a you on you, a you on you, a you on you, a you on. I'ma pull a you on you, a you on you, a you on you, a you on. I'ma pull a you on you, a you on you, a you on you, a you on. I'ma pull a you on you, a you. I can't be mad at how she played me. Cause I know I did some playing too. Now I'm so sick, I lost my baby. While I was out here trying to act a fool. Chillin' with the fellas, bottle after bottle. Ladies get to coming, model after model. End up at the telly, pop another bottle. Hop up in the shower, end up popping me a model. Wake up in the morning, headed to the crib. Hoping she ain't tripping off the bullshit I done did. Walk up on the porch, she meet me at the door. That's when she said, don't be mad when I pull. Are you on you? Are you on you? Don't be mad when I pull. Are you on you? Are you on you? I'ma pull a you on you, are you on you, are you on you, are you on? I'ma pull a you on you, are you on you, are you on you, are you on you?
Of course.
Okay. I mean, you say that like it's supposed to happen.
It's not supposed to, but it does.
I have.
I technically no, but technically yes, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yes, sir, I have.
Oh yeah, happens. Yeah, definitely happens. Definitely happens.
No, not really.
Yes, man. Multiple times. Multiple times.
Multiple.
Yeah, I done did my fair share, but, you know. I have.
Okay. I mean, how did that make you feel?
Not a good feeling. Trust somebody. Trying to make sure they're not making you look like a fool out there.
I've grown to accept it, I guess, more nowadays.
It was a little rough, finding it out, and trying to deal with that, and trying to bounce back from that,
It makes you feel, as a woman, less than, if you will. Like you wonder, what is it that I'm not doing right? What is it about me that, or should I say, what it is about her that you can't find in or don't find in me? And then, I'll be honest, it also makes you feel like, well, you can do it, I can too.
Hurt, betrayed, sometimes angry.
Heartbroken. It was the first time it was rough, but all the rest of them it was kind of, I kind of probably built a wall up kind of with, certain things.
Okay.
At first, what I'm saying, I couldn't believe it, like, dang, somebody could actually do this to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But then when I thought about it, I kind of did it to myself. It's like I basically made her do it just by the non-communication, the doing whatever I wanted to do. It was more like a forced thing to me. Like, I feel like a man got dominion over everything, so he controls a lot of what happens in his life. So I feel like I was the reason it happened, you know what I'm saying? So I took responsibility for that. I feel like if I would have put my all into it, she wouldn't have cheated on me for sure. But, I was wanting to live that single life anyways, even though I was in love with her. But I didn't want to break her heart neither and be like, I just want to do what I want to do. So I put a little distance between myself and the woman. And it ended up making her break my heart before I could break hers.
I mean, I don't know how to be cheated on personally. It's hurtful. But I guess it happens. You either gonna agree to move past it and move forward, or leave them alone.
It fucked me up. I'm not gonna lie, it fucked me up for probably a week.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because it's one of the things where it's like, damn, they got your boy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, they done got me.
I got you.
God damn.
Really wrong.
They done got your boy. But honestly, in the world we live in now, I feel like that shit's low key kind of normal for a certain age group of people. You know what I mean? So I don't even feel like it's whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Shit happens, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, like, shit. What have you done in your years as a young man or a young woman where you done fucked up how many females' heads or guys' heads over the years? So, you know what I mean? You take your wins with your losses.
Can you define cheating? Like, what is cheating?
Okay. Man. So, I feel like there's a very fine line in communication even. Talking to somebody, the way that the conversation goes. During my marriage, actually started talking to somebody, and before I knew it, it was on that level of cheating. And I didn't realize it, but, I didn't realize it was getting to that point. But it was there, you know what I mean? And once I read back through the messages and everything, I messed up, basically. And so I find that even conversation can be in a way cheating, you know what I mean?
Cheating is obviously anything sexual. Cheating is also, can also be talking. Like, if you're too friendly, that's cheating. There's a such thing as too friendly. You should never be saying good morning every morning. You should never be saying good night every night. Unless that's like your day one, you know what I mean? If you just meet someone...
It can lead to other things. So I'm not going to say it's cheating, but it can lead to other things. But that's your definition.
Yeah, I think that's the whole point of it. Is for it to lead to something. So if two people are saying good morning, good night every night, hope you have a great day at work, school, whatever you're doing for the day, you're cheating. Simple as that.
Cheating is anything that your other is scared to tell you. And if there's a fear out of something, then you probably shouldn't be doing it.
If you say you're committed, you say you're committed, this individual thinks that you are in a monogamous relationship. Like, y'all are together. You don't see anybody else. I don't see anybody else. And if it were to happen, my feelings would be hurt. My feelings are involved. So if you lay it out, and I don't know how many people in these kind of relationships that are not married, it's kind of a given. It's an unwritten rule. It's not to be said when you start getting closer. And, it's just, you see it, you see the relationship, other people see the relationship. It's just kind of an unwritten rule.
It depends. Like, right now, I know, like, when I love a woman, that cheating is a minor part of the relationship. When I love someone, it's for life. So, I don't put that as a big scale of disloyalty to me. Things happen, people make mistakes. So, cheating, I think that's at the bottom part of a relationship. It might sound crazy, but...
Cheating, it can be any type. It can be a conversation, because women are more or less emotional cheaters. Men are physical cheaters. So the thing is, with a man, it's more or less a physical lack of that they may go after. But women, it may be the conversation. So it's different ways you can cheat. It's conversational. If you sit there talking to the same female all the time, and your wife or your girlfriend doesn't know about it, that's one form. Of course, the sexual act. that's probably the biggest no for men. That we can't, once that's crossed, even your wife or your girlfriend, they have people in the past, you never want to have that in your mind. You know what I'm saying? You think you're the only one, which you're not. But once you make that, it's different levels to it. Once you're married, it's a whole different level. But if you're boyfriend and girlfriend, it's more or less, it's not as official as if when you're married.
That's what the Bible says, so I'm sticking with that.
No, I dig it.
But I mean, I'd say you're cheating now if we were dating, and You know,
if depend on your morals and your scruples that you go by in life, you know, is it cheating? Yes. Is it spiritually, biblically cheating? No. You know what I'm saying? But you're already in the act of the sin, which is the fornication. So, I mean, we can get deep on this thing, and we can stay.
Okay, but I like how you touched
You know
that,
what I'm saying?
There's many levels to it.
Yeah, it's levels to it though. But we're gonna stay surface level on it. I ain't gonna get too deep on y'all.
They say you single till you married. However, when you say you want to be in a committed relationship, I do feel like, I mean, you don't. Just like it's levels to like when you dating and talking and stuff. Like I feel like when you dating, you're single, and I feel like you can date multiple people to see, you like him, or see what he about, go on a few dates. I feel like you could go on dates with multiple people. Then you get to like a kind of like a exclusive type, like, oh, I'm feeling you, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling you. We should try to move, move on. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Okay. And then I feel like, once y'all put a title on it and y'all exclusive, you know what I'm saying? Y'all become one and commit to being in a relationship together. Then I feel like, all bets is off with everybody else. But I just feel like dating, I feel you can date multiple people. I mean, that's not necessarily saying I'm having sex with them. But I feel like you can date multiple guys, or men can date multiple females, go on dates, see if you interested and, if you want to move forward with the guy or whatever the case may be. But once y'all commit and be exclusive, I feel like all bets is off.
Have you ever cheated in a relationship?
I've been cheated before. I ain't gonna lie about nothing. But,
right.
Okay,
so you have cheated before?
I've cheated before.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So, oh, yeah.
I'm 30. I mean, I've been around.
Yeah,
I've cheated before.
Yeah. Yo, I'm big. I ain't gonna say I am now, but I was big on that. That was my, it wasn't even a thing that I was just shooting for. It was just, just being young, dumb, just being a guy, that alpha male. You just out here like, you know what I'm saying? I never really had the guidance of knowing what the values of a relationship and the value of having someone who is loyal or showing loyalty, so you know what to expect and things like that. And it's just,
just like, as stupid as it sounds, because I know this shit sounds weird, but it's like the opportunity just presented itself. I was out with a group of people, and the girl that I was dating was in a whole other country, and
another country.
Yeah, I've been drinking, drinking and partying and having a good old time, and shit, I just wanted to fuck.
Okay.
And so did the person that was just happened to be in the same club as me wanted to fuck too.
Yeah, I did in my past, in my early ages, and the thing was because I wasn't ready to be a man.
You know what? And this ain't nothing that I'm proud of.
Right.
But I've cheated in some of my relationships. Not the one I'm in now.
I've only ever cheated in one real relationship that I've been in.
Have I cheated? Technically, yeah, but not. Nah.
Everybody got have, but I haven't.
Yeah, I have, but I haven't. You know what I'm saying? Because let's say like this. Like, I have a bond with a woman that's like we in a relationship, but we really not. We don't got no titles or nothing. So, a lot of times, like, let's say if we just friends and it's a woman, but we go out to dinner together, we do everything a girlfriend and a boyfriend do, and we just no titles. So technically, it's really not cheating, but feelings always get involved. So it's been times where I just, like, man, I'm single, so I can still do what I want. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, if you want to say that cheated, yes. I wasn't loyal to someone because I felt like I never took an oath under a ring. But at the same time, I still should have been man enough to tell that person, though, like, hey, you know what? I'm out here swanging. I'm messing with, this broad, that broad. To at least give you the chance to still play the field, too. Yeah, I have, unfortunately. You know what I mean?
I broke down 4 different categories of cheating type men. And you tell me if they sound familiar or, you can agree with them or not. But the first one is a disrespectful cheater. Now, this dude, he just don't care. He got text messages in his phone. He got nudes. He got, call, he pick up the phone in front of baby girl. He just like, I'm out here.
Oh yeah, he the truth with
it. He like, nah, you know, we gonna slide through or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And then I got, you know, the opportunity cheater, which you kind of mentioned before, you know. You know, he's pretty much minds his own business, does his thing, but he gets tossed at him. You know, he might be walking around the block, jogging, working out.
You never know.
Hey, you need to spot her? She doesn't know. So he takes
or maybe you need to spot her. And then your wiener slips out and it falls in her face and she likes it. It just shit happens, you know what I mean?
It goes down like that.
It's true.
It goes down like that.
It's all true. It's facts.
We got the player after that. It's the third type of cheater. You know, the player, that's just a way of life.
Yeah.
It's nothing better than him.
Like if you know you can pull girls, bitches.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It makes them feel good because, you know.
I think with the player is more like a alter ego type thing,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's got to be something they're hiding.
Yeah.
And usually with the player, they probably been played on with like, I ain't never going back. You know what I'm saying? So he's trying to mask that hate. So that's what we got there, you know. He's trying to put up Wilt Chamberlain numbers, you know what I'm saying?
Cold-hearted. Like they don't care.
Cold-hearted. And last but not least, I have the grown man. And the grown man cheater is, he's respectful, which to the point where he doesn't bring it back home, and he's not messy or sloppy. He handles his business, and I'm not condoning cheating, but he makes that woman feel like she's the only woman, and she doesn't really trip. She might even know, you know, because woman's intuition, that he has another family on the other side or something like that, but she lets it be because he comes back home, and he makes her feel like, you know, everyone.
She the one.
Yeah,
I agree with you. My past experiences, out of those cheaters you just named, I believe I had number 4.
Okay.
You know, take care of home, great dad, great everything. And I mean, you'll never know until you kind of got a feeling. Never anything brought to me. Never nothing came to my door. Nothing. But it's just a woman's intuition. Go through that phone, a few text messages or whatnot. But yeah, I never experienced any other type of cheater, disrespectful. I mean, not that cheating is right, but it's a level, and I would have probably never stayed if I'd experienced any of those other cheaters.
I've been all 4.
Okay.
I've been all 4 except the first one.
Okay, got you.
I've never really been reckless at it. I've always tried to sneak it.
Right.
When I was younger, was not reckless. You're young, you just don't even know what cheating is. You just don't care. You're just out there trying to. I would say, still sneaky, but people just talk. So I got around. I would say, as I got older, and I did some dirt, I was trying to be more slick about it, of course. Reason why is just, what's the word I'm looking for? Reason why you cheat, as far as when you're older and you kind of veer off, trying to see if you, like you said, you still got it. And then I've been preyed upon. And you've been preyed upon, you try to be good, but it's just like,
this ain't usual, you know, like.
It's different. Yeah. You got a little liquor in your system sometimes. And
that will do it.
It just makes it even more easier. When it's just in you, you still ain't grown up mentally like that. Because there ain't no reason why. You just dumb.
I'ma always be the one with the P, though.
Okay.
I've always played sports all my life, so play on.
Well, I'm not a cheater, so.
Okay, what type of word you made?
Oh, okay, in the past, right. Okay, now we're talking. Wait, how do they do it? Let me see. So in the past, in the past, I was a reckless cheater for sure. In the past,
okay.
I just didn't give a fuck. I was young, dumb, and I actually had hair then, so I was wilding out.
It's different than confidence right there, right?
Out the roof. And I was a typical jock, you know, play football, play sports. Okay. Girls like me, so I could just.
I would never imagine.
Kind of just go around and just do whatever I wanted to do. You know what I mean? And really wasn't much complaining going on. You know? This is obviously like high school, probably up until like my mid-20s. And once I hit my mid-20s,
started like
kind of slowing down and started doing like the player thing.
Okay.
You know, where I was kind of mellow and I just have girls just in different areas around the city or other cities, you know, local cities, and you know, no more than like 20, 30 miles away.
Different area codes.
You know, so started doing that for a while. That got a little too much, and now I'm just in a relationship and I'm happy. So
I would have to wrap about 3 of them up in the one.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I did some opportunity cheating.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just because
I was gonna turn it down, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
I've also did some grown men cheating.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? After I didn't probably broke my back and worked for so long, and I feel like, you know, I'm deserving of some things, and it comes down to me, you know what I'm saying, it comes down to circumstances and situation too, like, you know, sometimes that make you cheat also.
Most definitely.
And then I've definitely cheated being insecure, you know what I'm saying? I think that's how it kind of started with me. So that will, you know, cause you to, you know what I'm saying, get out here and act like her, see if you still, you know what I'm saying, got it.
At that time, the disrespectful.
Okay.
And the thing was, because I was still young in my mind, so I didn't care about her feelings. It was about my feelings and what I wanted to conquer. And that was multiple women at that time.
I would say I was the player. There was times I had been disrespectful with it, but I'd say more or less I was the player, like the smooth guy just going through life, you know, just balling. You know what I mean?
Right.
Crossing over and all that.
Yeah, right. Okay.
But yeah, I'd say I was the player.
Well, I don't do that anymore.
Okay, so were you? Yeah.
Worry, I would say more of the opportunistic guy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like if it just happened to pop up, you know what I mean?
Like damn, she's too thick. I just gotta get this.
Yeah, or if it, you know what I mean. For me, it was like it was old fling. You know what I mean? It was old something else that had popped back in and hit me up. How you been? Whatever. Kind of, you know what I'm saying? Rekindle some situations or whatever. And that's how that was. But I wouldn't say I'm not super disrespectful. I'm not gonna go out there and just be out there doing my own. You know what I'm saying? The town is too small.
Or were you?
I said the second one.
Okay. More like an opportunity?
Yeah,
okay. I feel it. So out of those 4 categories of men, which one do you think you dealt with?
All of them.
Right.
All 4. All 4.
Opportunity.
Okay.
And what was the first one again? I'm sorry.
The first one is the disrespectful one.
No.
He just like, hey, he gonna text in your face. All
No,
that.
just the opportunity one.
Definitely the latter of the 4.
Okay.
Never really had the brazen, the first one you described.
Yeah.
The disrespectful. Never that. I've never had anybody in my face like this is it. This is what it is. Maybe on all levels, maybe, you know, never had that situation that you just described, as in sitting in my face and whatever else, but, you know.
But they were disrespectful to you.
Yeah. If we were supposed to be in a relationship, I think it's disrespectful, period. If you commit yourself, you call yourself committing yourself to another individual, then, yeah, any form of what you just named.
I want to say your option about the opportunist, that I would say that's probably why when I got cheated on, I cheated. And also when I cheated on my ex-husband, that's why I cheated. It was an opportunity.
I would agree with them, but I would challenge you to add one.
Okay, what you got?
The one I would challenge you to add is the one who cheats out of insecurities and hurt.
Okay, so he an emotional cheater.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
Okay, because usually, from what I've seen and what I think, most men don't really attach emotions with sex. But I'm glad you put that there. That's definitely, there are some of those out there. That might be the other 3%.
And you know what? And that's, I'm sure that's a small percentage.
Right.
Because most guys cheat out a trophy. You know what I'm saying? It's a notch.
It's a sport,
like,
right.
I know I can get her. I know I can do this. Or I know, you know, that one over there, she feeling me. And, you know, which, even in a relationship, you know when somebody feeling you when they're not. So, I mean,
ego you was talking about.
Yeah, exactly. So you can stroke your ego and go get it. Or you can chill and, you know what I'm saying, stay and be loyal to what you know. So, I mean, it's all kind, but it's definitely a fifth. And I feel like those are emotional cheaters. You know what I'm saying? When you're hurt or you feel a certain type of way or insecure about something that maybe you've created in your head, but it still is real to you.
Gotcha.
And it makes you go seek.
Okay, so out of those 5, what type of cheater do you think you were?
The 5th one.
Okay, so there's a reason behind it.
Exactly.
Okay, I can't say I can appreciate it, but I do understand.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to condone, but
no, and it's never a condone to cheating.
Right.
I wasn't proud of it in the midst of it. For me it was an emotional, hurt thing that kind of led me to believe like, listen, I ain't got it no more.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't the man no more because when you going through stuff in your house, and if your spouse or loved one or whoever is making you feel a certain type of way about yourself that's not encouraging, you go look for that encouragement through somebody else.
Amen.
I don't know. Because to me, all of those is the same person. Because if you'll do any of those, you'll do all of those. That's why I don't like liars. Because if you lie, you cheat. You cheat, you're still. Those are all downfalls.
If you're a disrespectful cheater, he might just be bluntly honest, like, hey, when I'm with you, I'm with you. When I'm not, I'm not. So, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I mean, there are different levels to it. I was actually challenged to add a 5th category, which was an insecure, emotional man or cheater.
An insecure man cheater. How does that person work?
Well, it could get to the point where, say you and I are one and we're not having a relation like we should. I might start feeling like, dang, I'm not handsome enough no more, or I don't look good to you, or you're not fulfilling the needs that I need, such as just supporting me mentally. So I'm looking for, it's a void now. So it's an emotional cheat.
What? That's a sack of shit. That's what that is. I'm just going to throw that out there for you. Moving on away from that, don't add that, because that's a sack of shit. Listen, the bottom line is cheating is a choice.
Now, see, unfortunately, I feel like 97% men cheat. It's not if, it's when. And my theory behind this is, not to get religious, but when Eve ate the apple, I feel like the Lord said, hey, your punishment as woman is going to be childbirth pain with menstrual cycles, and for the men, lust. And the lust part comes in because if we pay attention to previous history and current times, a lot of different countries and traditions that have multiple concubines and sex partners.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there.
That's just my theory, so I'm glad you can kind of...
I've never really looked at it from a religious aspect like that, and that is, you have something there, honestly.
I do feel like all men cheat. I do feel like they can reach a certain point in life where they're, tired or done or ready to settle down with whatever you have. But, I do feel like all men cheat.
Do you mind if I ask you a question?
Go for it.
Where'd you get the lust part from Adam?
Well, it's just showing that...
Like, are you saying lust is that was a God's gift? Or that was a curse?
Yeah, that was our curse.
So now why would Adam get a curse if he didn't eat the apple? Why would he be cursed?
Because he is the man, and woman came from his body, the rib. So together they were supposed to be one, and he told her not to, and he still allowed it.
So because he allowed her to do it, now you gotta get some punishment too. Is what you're saying?
That's what I got from it. You both knew not to eat it, and by not how do I say it? If you don't tell the truth when you know it, you're still sinning too. So that's probably why.
Right.
But not to get too deep into it. You know.
That makes sense.
Right. I kind of agree to an extent. Actually, maybe the total opposite. My view really doesn't come from a religious point of view. More or less, there are, a little over 4.6 some odd billion people on this earth.
Right.
And you're supposed to be destined to find one. Which, the numbers say it all. Yeah. And I honestly think that we're creatures that were not been born to be monogamous. I think I do. I think there's too many people, I mean, you can find someone. I'm not saying that it's not something that can happen. And it happens all the time. You see people, older couples, my parents, for instance, they are still together 50 some odd years together. But if you ask one if they're happy or have they been happy the entire time, the question would be no.
I'm not trying to bring up a race thing.
Yeah, go for it.
But I was watching something actually on Facebook, and this lady had wrote a book about how black men from the slavery days had multiple women and were just always had multiple women, where the white man always had one wife and whatever. But and I kind of see that it happens more towards the black men have more, I don't know. I see more of like the white guy is just, I don't know how to say it.
I mean, you think it's put out more that black men cheat than white men? I mean, we're not trying to make this a race thing, but I'm hearing you out. Have you ever thought about just to get back a little bit on that root, that when the white men, were ahead of, masters and all, that they would rape the slaves? So,
for sure.
So it really wasn't them being faithful. They still were stepping out. They would also.
True. Yes, for sure. And I didn't even think about that, but yeah, you're
right. I think it's been documented too that like Thomas Jefferson had mixed race babies and all.
Yes. Yeah.
So, but I can.
But I'm talking like more nowadays. It doesn't seem like, I don't know.
I can agree to what you're saying to somewhat, because sensationalism can always paint an aspect in the news of what they want to portray or see.
Exactly.
We'll use as an example, we'll say like right now, a lot of people like, oh, fuck the cops and stuff like that. All cops aren't bad. All it takes is that one to ruin the whole batch, and everybody's looking at it the same way. And the same thing with anything. In
society is making it that way.
So one person, unfortunately, kind of represents a whole sometimes in the subculture.
That's true.
Over the years of me growing as a person and as a man and as just an overall being, I've learned to suppress the lust, because most of the times lust would lead to cheating. Almost every time lust leads to cheating, whether it's emotional or physical.
Right.
And if you can suppress those, if you're genuinely happy with somebody, just fuck a lot. Just fuck your girl a lot. You know what I mean? And you don't want to cheat. Just, 1 week, put it in her butt. You know what I mean? Fuck it. You just try some new shit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Spice it up.
Just don't eat no ass. That shit nasty. It gives you gingivitis.
Lust is a thing.
It's definitely a thing. I talking with a bunch of people, and cheating, the side chick is usually the one that gives you comfort. It's weird to say that, but a lot of times in relationships, when you're cheating, it's the side chick that gives you the comfort. She's when you go home stressed out, sometimes you gotta get away, and sometimes the side chick is what keeps a marriage going.
The side chick will keep
keep a man sane.
Right.
It's just when the man is doing that, he's not happy. Sometimes a side chick can bring that to you. She can bring what he wants. He can go there and he go home, get his meal or whatever he need to get, and he'll go out there and get what he want there. But no, he ain't gonna hear no complaints over here. But he hear all the complaints over here, may not get what he wants. So it's just a lot of women, and it sucks to say this, but a lot of women don't understand in some of their marriages how much the side chick has helped them out.
So the roles kind of somewhat change at some point sometimes. Like listen, I'm kind of cheating on my side chick with my wife.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And the side chick, most of the time, that's it is for the older cats. Like, they know.
Right.
And they're cool with it. And
that's just what it is.
That's what it is.
Would you say that you had a healthy example of relationships growing up, or anybody with like a healthy relationship?
Definitely. My parents were healthy relationship growing up.
Okay.
That's what as far as African American, for sure, that's really all you got. And you see that, and then you see your aunts and uncles having pretty healthy relationships, and everybody was usually strictly biblical then, more or less than it is now. I mean, people stuck together and fought through everything.
Got you.
And so I've seen, my whole life growing up, I've seen nothing but healthy relationships.
Oh, I had that, and not to, boast or brag, but I was definitely blessed with, I feel like, one of the best examples of a 2-parent household. My mom and dad are still together, going on 50 years.
I was blessings on blessings.
So, I mean, a lot of things that I've done and learned, I definitely didn't take out of the household I was raised in. You know what I'm saying? You make your own path. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of go with, what you think might be right, what you think might, make sense. But if I would have stayed on the straight and narrow with, how I was raised, my mom and dad, I feel like was the epitome of the, example of, 2-parent household, raise their kids, all that. So
I see. The thing is, I really not in home. My mom and my dad left. They split up when I was super young. My aunts and uncles, I see them. I see their relationships, but it wasn't like super affectionate. You know what I mean? And then my friends the same way. Like I had like 2 or 3 friends that I knew that had moms and dads in the same household that actually that showed that kind of vibe. But I didn't.
The age is wrong.
Yeah, exactly. But it never left an impression on me. So I would say I really didn't have that strong relationship. Like I want to say staple to look up to. You know what I mean? So it kind of made me have to try to fill out my own way. You know what I mean?
Do you think that might cause sometimes where you might did your thing, or I mean,
yeah?
It's still...
I think I want to say it left me a little cold.
I didn't necessarily see it growing up, but I grew up in a household where my mom was a very dominant woman. And it was like more of a control thing with her. Like she controlled the house. Like even though it was a man in the house, my mom always controlled the house. So that was the type of environment that I grew up in. And to this day, it does affect my relationships.
So I would say for me growing up, I had a few examples, and probably my parents, I'm not going to say they were a bad example, but they probably weren't the greatest example of affection and love towards a significant other. You know what I mean? They kind of worked a lot. One worked days, one worked nights. And then when they were together, it wasn't like hugging and kissing and rubbing on booties and stuff like that. It was just kind of like, we're here, we're married and we're happy, whatever. Like,
gotcha.
There was no whole handy and stuff like that going on. You know what I mean?
Guys, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But myself, I cheated. I've cheated for multiple reasons. Just because. And she was looking good.
Okay.
Emotional. I might have got into an argument. My girl said, "Forget what she talking about. I might go chill with the other shorty."
Right.
Man, for real, I think just depending on who it is and what their mental state is, I think that's what it depends on for real.
I think there's so many different reasons, but I think some of the main reasons are like comfortable. Oh, I've been with her for 10 years. She ain't never leaving me. We got 2 kids together. I'm the best thing she ever had. You know what I mean? And women think the same way too. You know what I mean? Women be out fucking and sucking and act like they ain't do nothing wrong. So I think comfortability plays a big role. Also, egos. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I feel like if a man, specifically men, because I think this has always been a huge thing for men, if a man's ego ain't stroked as much as his dick, then there could be issues, you know what I'm saying?
Ooh, well put. Put.
That's just that's just what I think. A man wants to feel like a man, especially in his own home and especially in his bed, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I feel at some point in time in relationships, they get real like vanilla, you know what I'm saying? The relationship, you're still really happy and you're still really in love, but it just becomes a routine, you know what I mean? And what happens with routines, and it happens in the bedroom too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You may do the same 3 positions for 6 months and not realize it. Yeah.
Right.
Kids, so it's like, you know what I mean? So you gotta stay, it's gotta be a healthy love relationship, and it's gotta be you can't, first and foremost, you can't be in a relationship with somebody that you don't want to just fuck all the time.
True that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're just having fun, you're like, maybe we'll have sex on Wednesday. Like, no, you need to be with somebody that when you see them, your dick gets hard and her heartbeat starts beating in the pussy, and you're just like, it should be like that all the time. You know what I mean? That's when you have a relationship like that, you don't need to cheat. I feel like you're choosing to cheat then. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, that's well put, you know, and there's no wrong or right answer, but we're gonna get down to the.
But I also have to say this about why men cheat. I said this 1,000 times, and people that I work with and I talk to, they've heard me say it a bunch of times. It's the 80-20 rule.
Okay.
You gotta know about the 80-20 rule.
Break that down.
So a man could have, basically there's 100%, right? And a man or a woman could have 80% of everything they want. A good person, a loving person, they have a lot of sex, but there's this little 20% that they're missing. They're gonna get that from the bitch down the street. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So then what happens is you lose your 80% for the 20 that you're missing, and now you out there searching for that other 80 that you lost already. So it's like a, you know what I mean?
Full circle.
Yeah. So that's why it's tough, bro. It's got to be a mental thing. Cheating is got to be a mental thing. You got to be mentally strong, bro. And if you're not mentally strong, then you need to just jack off and just not go out and fuck bitches if you're in a happy relationship.
It could be a lot of reasons why men cheat. There could be, you know, they just lost interest in due time. You know, maybe they not serious and just selling what they can get or what they got for right now. Some just shoot. That's what they do. They just, I ain't finna be locked out with nobody.
True. Living that life.
Alter ego.
Alter ego can definitely play a factor. You think women can cause it?
Most definitely.
Yeah, you know. Or what about the females that you have or had, and they always accusing you of something, and you really like not doing nothing. You just
do you. Maybe that could be their past relationships. Like, you know, they try to bring that on to the future. Try to compare the older man with the new man. Everybody's different.
Right.
I would say. You know who you dealing with.
I think the reason why they cheat because their mind is not ready for that true commitment. And it's not even an age thing. You have 50-year-old players. A quick example, I had a guy I worked with. He was 70-some years old. He had his own apartment separate from his wife, where that's where he did his thing. So it's more or less, I think it's almost like a diet. They feel like it's something missing in their diet, but before you start the diet, you got to prep your mind for it. So if your mind is not right for it, it can never go. But yet still be honest with yourself to know exactly that you're done. Like, you know what? This is not even me. It all depends on the person. So each person that may miss out on something that, you know, but the thing is, in your marriage or relationship, it's going to be something missing out of it, but you have to be comfortable with it, but yet still be able to voice that, like, you know what, if you could work on this. If I feel like I'm doing everything I can and supposed to do as a man, but my wife told me, hey, you know what, man, your shoes keep being on the step, etc. Hey, I'm lacking in something. I have to be honest with myself and like, you know what, I am messing up on that. Let me go and pick these shoes up, etc. So
it's a complicated question, but if I had to answer it in a simpler form, I definitely feel like men cheat out of ego. Definitely out of circumstances sometimes. I definitely have to throw pride in there, you know what I'm saying? It could be a pride thing, but it could be complicated, but it's a few reasons why, you know what I'm saying, you might cheat. You just need a reason sometimes, you know what I'm saying, just to do it.
Sometimes you're looking for a reason too, like
honestly, I believe that a lot of men cheat out of pride, ego, and insecurity. I feel like those are the three most things that make men cheat. You know what I'm saying? So your pride, and every man knows that's a mug. You know what I'm saying? That could draw you all the way out to Timbuktu, or you know, take you all the way home. You know what I'm saying? Back to your wife, whichever it is. You know what I'm saying? But your ego, you know what I'm saying, it's the same thing. You know, when you fighting, you know, yourself, and yeah, you know what I'm saying, and you believe that, you know, you're entitled. I deserve, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I come home and make all this money and take care of all these bills. Oh, I deserve some coochie on the side sometime. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can make yourself believe anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's your mind. So, and then insecurity, you know what I'm saying, which is the thing, that was my struggle, you know. I got insecure when I felt like, you know, the relationship I was in, you know, that we weren't intimate enough. So it made me feel insecure to the point where I'm like,
business?
Oh yeah, I ain't handling business. She ain't attracted to me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm ugly now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can make yourself believe in anything. So my excuse was, let me go see, do I still got it? Let me go see, can I still, you know what I'm saying? Am I still fly? Can I still lay it down?
Right.
So then once you go out there and you creep and you do that, then all it does is it becomes a vicious cycle and it gets easier. So the next time it's like, nah, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. It's like, oh, it's cool. Because you already planning like, oh yeah, I'm about to cheat again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It just gets easier and easier and easier.
For real, I think men cheat on insecurities, afraid of missing out, the hunter mentality in them, the lust problem, to not understanding the woman's feelings too, because, you know, I got a sister, I got a mom, you know, they both been cheated on. But it's like not until recently that I got into those conversations about how does that make them feel. Like when I got cheated on, it wasn't like I was skipping meals and not eating for weeks or nothing like that.
Right.
But that's what women go through. And it's like, man, I really didn't know they went through that off of a decision I made or a way I made them feel that would make them jeopardize or mess up their life just because a man cheated. But I do want women to know that it's not the woman. Like, you're not the reason why a man's cheating. It's not because you're not enough or none of that. It's something, you know what I'm saying? It's just something that happens. You know, it's just a part of life. It's just a sin, just like man sin against God. That's the same thing. We sometimes sin against our woman. And, you know, we learning, we miss the mark. We trying to learn from it and grow from it. I think it will come to a point where I won't cheat, where I can be in a relationship and be committed and married and not look at no other woman. I think a point in time it will come for me in the future.
Not look at another woman.
Not
lust.
Not look lust.
Okay, lust. Okay,
like,
brother, hold
like
on.
I gotta try.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know the difference between looking and I want to test that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Let's say I'm not them looks might get me through.
Yeah. You gonna look. I'm just saying. You know, you like, all right. You know how we be. If you gonna look, you gonna test it out. So.
One, lust, not having it at home when I want it. I feel like it should be like going to school in elementary. It's roll call. It's time to time to call the roll call. Absent or you here.
Right.
Right now, I want to be near. Can we do this? No, I don't got the cold shoulder. No, nigga, I'm asleep. I got to get up in the morning. All you think about is sex. Well, right now, I'm worried. I mean, he don't stand up all the time. I mean, sometimes we can cuddle. He might not even move.
Right.
But when I get one, I ain't finna be sitting here rolling over on this motherfucker sometimes because peeing ain't doing it. And I ain't took no blue pill, none of that. I'm like, baby, can I get... No. So what does a man do? Go grab his Rolodex or he roller fuck, whatever you want to call it. He gonna call. There's somebody that'll come right now, nigga, tear down doors and come in here. Oh, yeah, what you want?
Cartwheels, right.
Yeah. Like, you seen the movie Coming to America when he said jump like a dog.
Yeah.
There's one out there that'll serve you. Right. What one won't do, there's one that will.
I think it's just a fill a void. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Whatever it may be. Some dudes I feel like, you know what I'm saying, they just need it all the time. They need to be smacking on some ass and putting their dick into something all the time. You know what I mean? Some guys need that extra companionship. You know what I mean? If they were in a relationship, there's something that they're missing. There's always something that they're missing. It's hard for, you know, a human being to give you everything you need.
Right.
Everything you need. Because they're going through their own shit. You know what I mean? So they're going to fall off on something. They can give you as much as you and that little thing, you know what I mean? That thing that you're really looking for, that could be that thing that takes you out the house, you know what I mean? So I think as humans, that's a trait. That's a failure trait for us, you know what I mean? It makes it hard.
I mean, man, there's so many different reasons why and how and cheating has no time. It has no say. It just happens.
I can't even give you a direct answer. I think men cheat for various reasons. I don't know. I mean, I just think that some men might be tired of what they got at home, want something different. Some men just do it just because they know they can get away with it. Some men may have insecure women at home and just, she's not going to leave him. And he know she not going to leave him. So they going to do what they want to do. There's some men out there who might not want to cheat, but feel like, whatever they're lacking at home, they'll tell their significant other, what they're missing or what they're lacking, and they don't come through with it. And so then they, say like if somebody say, you're not pleasing me in this way, and they're expressing their feelings, to their significant other, like, I want you to do this, I need you to do this, and they just not coming through. I do think eventually they'll go somewhere else to get it, get what they want done.
I think men just don't care as much as women. I think that for someone to, one time is one thing, no time is good, but if you cheat one time, that's one thing. If you cheat 2, 3, 4 times, that's a different story. I think at that point you genuinely don't care about anyone but yourself. So I think that if a man is cheating multiple times, he cares about himself before anybody else. I think that you can cheat on someone and love them at the same time. But like I said, you don't love them as much as you love yourself. You don't love them probably not even half as much as you love yourself. Because if so, you wouldn't keep doing it. So I think they cheat because they're selfish. I won't even say men's sex drive is higher than women's. I just think, like I said, they're just selfish more so than women, I think.
I think it could be because most men attach sex with sport. Like, it's a game, it's a sport. I'm trying to get my numbers up. And
I think most guys do that, but I don't think that that's the case more times than not. I don't think so. I think that is the case with some like childish guys. They may still do that, but I think the older ones, I don't think they're doing it as a sport. I think they really just can't help themselves.
Maybe like a sex addiction.
Could be a sex addiction.
Addiction. I feel you.
Yeah.
Okay. Definitely.
Could be that.
You mentioned trophy. Like, I feel like a lot of men are insecure. I feel like they need that. They need to be reassured that, they're the man. That they still got it going on. They just, an ego stroke. That's really what it is. Men need to feel wanted. Not even in a sexual aspect. They just need to feel wanted and needed for, to do manly things. And if sex falls under that category, it also needed around the house, needed financially, a whole spectrum. Like that's what I feel like. And then, also lacking, if they're in a relationship, they may be lacking something. That woman or man, because we'll do it both sides. You aren't providing something to them that they are seeking elsewhere.
Because it's something to do. Like, because a woman can be providing everything it is that her man needs. Like, she can be everything he's ever wanted, and he's still gonna find a reason to step out.
So, selfish?
Yep.
One, because they're weak, so that's going to always be my answer, because if you cheat, you're weak, because you had an option. If your family was meant more to you than that, then you would have chose the other option. I get it. Everybody gets tired. A lot of times men forget that their woman's tired too. Like, everybody work, but it's her double job to take care of the kids. It's her double job to make sure food is done. It's her double job to keep the house clean. You come home and you sit down and you eat that good meal in that clean house with the kids sleep. Like, that's where men go wrong. And then, they start to say stuff like, your time is not all the attention isn't on them, basically. So then they get to looking for other things to fill voids, and voids, I mean, that's where everything starts. A conversation goes to a conversation. Conversation leads to meeting. Meeting leads to other things. Like, then you get intertwined into mess. And then, in the end, no matter what woman you're messing with, she's going to nag, she's going to nag, she's going to nag. Because if you're not doing something that you're supposed to be doing, then why wouldn't she nag?
A lot of different reasons. Opportunists probably being the number one. If it presents itself and they feel like they can get away with it, they probably will. Maybe a change of, thinking that this could change the course of their life, in a better way than what they're already with. The whole grass isn't always greener, but a lot of people think that it is. And if they're very unhappy in their relationship, they will probably go out there and cheat until they find somebody that they are happy with, It could just be like an adrenaline rush for them, It could be just and that would probably be more along the lines of your player category, but, it's a whole game, and that's, they wake up every day like, who can I conquer today? And that, people are like that sometimes, so.
They want more, I guess, one woman might be good at one thing and take care of a certain aspect in his life, where the other might take another, I don't know, be a different or better in other things and can cook, and the other one can't. It's just kind of like I don't know.
Women are always going to be there, so they want to have their cake and eat it too. If it's boring at home, they're going to go find something that's satisfying what they want at that time. So, yeah, they're going to cheat, or they're going to like pictures on Instagram, because even though they're with that woman, they still fantasize. They still want other things. Now, some are just plain out faithful. You know what I'm saying? But other ones, I feel like it's a mature thing. Like, it's a maturity thing. Like, if you really didn't want to cheat, you don't have to. But those men are still childish. Like, they still want to have cake and eat it too. And you have to realize that you can't do that to everybody. So, I think most men, no matter how old they are, they're selfish. They're just selfish. That's why they cheat, because they're selfish. They don't care about the other woman's feelings. But when they meet, like, new women, it's like they want to do everything to satisfy you. They want to meet every single need. They think you all of that in a bag of chips. And it's just like, why don't you feel like this on the other one, like back home, And every situation that I've been in a situation like that, I've always just thought, like, this will never work out because I know how I got you.
I'ma pull a you on you, a you on you, a you on you, a you on. I'ma pull a you on you, a you on you, a you on you, a you on.
Say this out there for the women. Men are ignorant sometimes. Most of the time about women's feelings. You know what I'm saying? It took people close to me. Like, ain't no woman ever told me, like, I haven't ate for a week, so I was sick. Like, a couple times, but it didn't register to me till it was coming from someone close to me. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, man, men don't know the power we have. Like, we really got dominion. We really hold a lot of weight. So we really control a lot of things in the world, like, even with the woman. Like, I know now I would never want to put no woman through that if I can control it. So if I gotta be honest, I will be honest, just so their feelings won't be hurt, and just so they can have a better life. I don't ever want to get to heaven and God be like, man, you treated my queens like, you know what I'm saying, like shit, basically. I don't want to get up there and you know what I'm saying, and that be one of my repercussions. You know what I'm saying?
Forgetting draws.
Yeah. Just like I want to handle a woman's feelings more carefully. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know what I'm saying? But in my past, it was rough. But now, you know what I'm saying, I'm definitely gonna treat them right. definitely be honest, don't lie. You know what I'm saying? Definitely have more respect, you know what I'm saying, for the woman. And just treat them the way God wants them to be treated. You're going to make mistakes, you're going to bump your head, but that's life. You're going to live and you learn, but just try to grow from it and just be a better man. That's all we can do. We can't help the past. We just mend it, try to tape it up, restore them relationships, and you know what I'm saying, to move forward. Move forward and do the best you can. Don't keep making the same mistakes over and over. You don't want to keep breaking women's hearts and sending them through this, you know what I'm saying, through them demons and them psych wards, all because of your actions, because you got more control than you think. You know what I'm saying? I know women whose lives been tore up by a man, or messed up by a man. I just want women to know it's not you, you know what I'm saying? The man don't always have the understanding, and I'm 32, and I'm still getting more understanding every day, every experience, every time about just living a better life, and just what I do affects people, and men need to know that too. Like we got the domain, we just gotta do it the right way.
How strange you come back to me. How you miss you, yeah. Really miss you. I remember you said, don't be mad.